It's time for story time. 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 Hi everyone, good morning. Are you ready for our story? All right, here it is. Ta-da! Hooray! A piñata. Nya, nya. That's a Spanish N. Piñata. And what letter? ¿Qué letra? P. We're talking about P today. This is a paperback book. You are too smart. This is the front. There is the back. And here is the spine. And you can see. Can you see it? It says happy. Hooray, Pinata. Hooray, a Pinata. It's hard to read, isn't it? I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. There's the title page. Hooray! A Pinata! And this story is by Elisa Kleven. Oh, did they break the piñatas yet? No. What do you think is going to be inside? Oh, I can't wait to find out. The dedication page. It is for Mia, who loves piñatas. I love piñatas too. With special thanks to Paul, Sean, Donna, and Sarah. Clara's birthday was coming. I'm going to have a cake at my party, she told her friend Samson. Of course you'll have a cake, said Samson. There's always cake at a birthday parties. And I'm going to have balloons, Clara said. Everyone has balloons, said Samson. And I'm going to have a piñata, too, Clara added proudly. Mom is taking me to pick one out this morning. Want to come? Hooray! A piñata! Samson clapped his hands. I love piñatas. I love piñatas too, said Clara as her mother led them to the piñata store. I love to fill them with candy, dulces, num 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 num. I love to whack them, Samson said, and smack them and crack them, said Clara. And mash and smash and break them, cried Samson, and watch the candy fall, yelled Clara, and eat the candy, shouted Samson. Come dulces. There were so many piñatas to choose from. Donkeys and dinosaurs, peacocks and stars, robots and ice cream cones, lions and lambs, all ruffly and fluffy in their bright paper curls. There were even some monster piñatas. Samson made a face, a big jagged one. Get this scary thundercloud monster, Clara. A thundercloud monster. Clara shook her head. I like this little dog. Can I get him, Mama? Did you find the one she wanted? Do you see all of them? So there's the one Samson wants, the thundercloud monster. But can you find the perro, the dog? Yep, she's directing you to it. There he is. That's the one she wants. If that's the one you want, said her mother, he's the one, she said. That dog is so small he won't hold very much candy, Samson told her. I like him, though, Clara replied. He's a good little dog, the piñata vendor said as he lifted the piñata down. Clara took the dog in her arms. He was light and soft, and he smelled like newspaper. Clara petted the dog's curly fur as she carried him home. I think I'll name him Lucky. He looks like a Lucky, said Samson. He's a good little dog. We could take him to the park for a picnic. Mom wants me home for lunch, replied Samson, and you should save the piñata for your birthday party. You don't want it to get wrecked. It won't get wrecked. Don't worry, Clara assured him. She made him feel like she can trust him, that it's all going to be okay. At home, Clara gave Lucky a bowl of crunchy brown cereal because it looked a little bit like dog food. Lucky seemed to enjoy it. When he had eaten, Clara made him a collar and a leash and took him out for a walk. Along the way they stopped to greet people and other dogs, and to smell bushes, flowers, and trees. So remember, Samson told her to do what? To put Lucky away and save him for her birthday party. She didn't want to get him wrecked. And Clara said, "Don't worry, it's okay. It'll be okay." How do you feel so far? You think he'll be okay? Will she be lucky? Let's see. Then they came home and dug a deep hole in the sand. "What are you doing to that poor Pinata?" Samson called from across the fence. "Lucky's digging," Clara told him. "He's getting all dirty," Samson replied. "He'll shake himself clean." "Clara, honey," called her mother, "shake yourself clean and get your sweater. We're going to Grandma's for dinner." "See you, Clara," Samson said. "Take care of that Pinata." "I will," Clara promised. She held Lucky tight as the car sped across the city. Lucky sniffed the air with its many smells: salty, oily, bready, sweet. His ears flapped in the wind. All right, they're going for a ride now, and like any good dog, he's got to put his head out the window. But is he a real dog, or is he a pretend dog? What do you think's going to happen? Grandma was waiting for them on the porch. "Look, I got a dog!" Clara ran to show her. "What a good little dog!" Grandma patted him. "So quiet and so clean." "I have to keep him clean because he's really a pinata," said Clara. "If I bathed him, his fur would fall apart." "But you can brush him," Grandma said as they went into the house, "and you can keep him warm." She gave Clara a small crocheted blanket. "And here's a little spending money just for you." "Thanks, Grandma." Clara hugged her. She knew what she would spend the money on: dog biscuits and a ride on the merry-go-round near Grandma's house. After dinner they walked there together. As her horse galloped around and around, Clara pretended that she and Lucky were flying. This is a merry-go-round. Have you ever been on a merry-go-round before? I have. They flew in Clara's dreams that night. Wow, everybody's flying. And on her swing the next morning, they ate cheese sandwiches together and listened to stories and bicycled around the block with Samson. "Careful with that Pinata," Samson yelled as they raced down the hill. "Don't worry, Samson. He's safe." I don't know. What do you think? Risky, or lucky, lucky? That afternoon, Clara and Samson made paper hats for everyone who was coming to her party that next day. Clara made a little hat for Lucky. "You like that pinata so much," Samson said. "It's going to be sad when we stuff him with candy and break him." Clara's eyes filled with tears. "I don't want anyone to break him," she said. "You mean you won't have a pinata at your party?" asked Samson. "No candy, no dulces?" "We can have candy in bowls," Clara suggested, though she knew it didn't sound like much fun. Samson sighed. "You should have a real dog, Clara. Maybe I could get you a puppy for your birthday." "I can't have a real dog," Clara said. "Dogs and cats make my mother sneeze." "They do? That's too bad. I'll have to get you something else then," Samson said. "What?" asked Clara. "I'm not sure yet. I'll think of something good." Uh-oh. So she's getting attached to her new dog, Lucky. That's not a real dog. But she realizes if she puts candy in it, people are going to break it. And she doesn't want to see that happen. Oh my goodness. Early the next morning, Samson came up with 2 presents. Clara opened the smaller one first. Inside was a rawhide bone for Lucky. Thanks, Samson. Open the big one, Samson said. Clara tore off the wrapping paper and saw something big and jagged and scary. What do you think it is that she saw in there? Hooray! A pinata! Clara clapped her hands. Hooray, a pinata! Samson clapped too. What a pinata, said Clara's mother. Clara hugged the thundercloud. Let's fill it with candy right now. Before you make friends with it, too, Samson said. Clara's father helped them cut a hole in the pinata and fill it with almond bars and cinnamon swirls, strawberry rolls, and taffy, tiny bags of jelly beans, and shiny chocolate kisses. Then they taped the hole shut and hung the heavy thundercloud in Clara's tree. So how many pinatas are at the party now? Lucky was the dog, and now we have the thundercloud monster, so there are 2. Which one has candy in it? The thundercloud one. Which one was a present for her from Samson? The thundercloud one. That was a really good idea. The pinata scowled. Scowl. Can you scowl? Scowl. As the guests arrived at the party. It glared as they sang and ate cake. Can you glare? It grinned its toothy monster grin as the children took turns trying to break it. Can you make your toothy grin? Ah! They whacked it and cracked it and it mashed it and bashed it, but still that cloud did not open. No abre. Oh my goodness, now we have a new problem. It won't open. Maybe we need some magic words. How about we say abracadabra, open, open. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra, open, open. Clara gave it a thunder thwack, and the candy showered down. The children whooped and hollered. Hooray! 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 They screamed and ran to grab as much candy as they could. And when they'd eaten all they could, they played with the pinata. Samson wore the scowly face as a mask. Clara turned the bottom into a hat, and Lucky chased a quick yellow lightning bolt through the grass. So they recycled it. That was a great idea too. And who is this? So who is that? ¿Quién es? That is Lucky the Pinata. The end. So a note about pinatas. Let's see if you knew this. Pinatas are gaily decorated containers filled with sweets and sometimes small toys. Pinatas are made to be broken, smashed with a stick by eager participants at birthday parties, Christmas fiestas, and other celebrations. Breaking the pinata is a challenge. The pinata is raised and lowered on a rope, while the person trying to hit it is usually blindfolded. When at last the pinata breaks, the goodies spill out and everyone rushes to grab them. The custom of pinata parties began about 500 years ago in Italy, where hosts would fill fragile pineapple-shaped pots called pinate. I'm sorry, that's a new word for me. It's right here. Pinate. With small treats for their guests. Pinatas soon became popular in Spain, then traveled with the early settlers to Mexico. In Mexico, pinata makers began constructing fanciful animals, birds, and star formations of paper around simple clay pots and decorating these creations with paint, feathers, and colored paper. Although traditional pinatas are still formed around clay vessels, Most piñatas today are made of paper mache, newspaper strips, bound together with flour paste, and decorated with rows of tissue paper, scallop streamers, and ruffles. Although piñatas are usually associated with Latin American festivities, they are gaining popularity in other parts of the world. Whimsical, bright, this is a new word for me, ephemeral, I can't, it's a hard one. I'm trying to sound it out. Ephemeral, I'll have to look that word up, is blazing candles on birthday cakes. They and a special they add a special liveliness to all kinds of celebrations. Blah, blah, blah. That was a tongue twister at the end there. But yay, hooray for a piñata. Did you like that story? Have you ever cracked open a piñata before? Did you get candy? Now we have piñatas that you pull the strings. A lot of people, when we go to the stores now, you can get the ones that you pull a string, and then eventually it opens a door at the bottom and all the candy falls out instead of using a stick to whack at it. Which one do you like better? The strings or the whacking? Ooh, that sounds like fun. Are you ready to sing our goodbye song? Okay, I need you to count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Adiós, mis amigos, adiós. Adiós, mis amigos, adiós. Hasta luego, hasta mañana, hasta la vista, mis amigos. Adiós, mis amigos, adiós. I love you. I will see you soon. Mwah! You. I'll talk to you later. Ciao, Bella. Bye.